The numbers are out for Fantastic Four, the Monday box office totals, and it is nothing to shout about unless it's in terror. Marvel surely panicking behind the scenes. It turns out that Fantastic Four not only lost to Superman, comparing first Monday to first Monday, but it also lost to AntMan, Quantumania, and Captain America, Brave New World. Hello, folks. Welcome back. Happy Hump Day. It is a fun day here on the Pro Channel, but it is not fun for Marvel right now. They can tell you a number of things. The mainstream media can spin this, but there is no winning with these numbers. We're going to dive into just how bad this is. Jonas J. Campbell has joined us today. Jonas, good morning, sir.
It's so good to see you on this fine morning here. By the way, it's not a Monday.
The sun is shining. The birds are singing, but there are no little bluebirds on the shoulder of Kevin Feige today. Folks, click that like button, and we'll keep whistling our tune here. Let's dive in now. And this is a whopper of a title. Good Lord, Marvin. That Park Place, man. We must be getting paid in title words. Anyway, Marvel's The Fantastic Four First Step stumbles with disappointing first Monday box office. And then you can see the various movies that it's lower than. We're going to get into why this is such a big deal. This thing is in full collapse. And unless something changes when we get the Tuesday numbers, this has disaster now written all over it. And who saw that coming, folks? Oh, maybe this channel. Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four First Steps has hit a rough patch with its first Monday box office numbers released unusually late on Tuesday, July 29th. The film earned $10.4 million domestically, a figure that raises concerns for Marvel, especially when compared to recent superhero films and the studio's expectations for a strong rebound. That's not happening. The Monday, and again, we're comparing first Mondays to first Mondays. This Monday haul falls short of DC Studios' Superman, which grossed basically $13 million. More strikingly, it lags behind Marvel's 2023 underperformer, AntMan and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is seen as a major black eye for Marvel. Folks, think about this, the first day or two of Fantastic Four was fine, but it's now performing less than AntMan and the Wasp: Quantumania. It's even performing worse than Captain America: Brave New World. Yikes. Jonas, this is terribly bad, and I we'll pull this up off the numbers.com, folks. There's a number that's even worse about this, and that is, take a look at the per theater. $2,526 is how much the Fantastic Four made per theater on Monday. If we go to AntMan and the Wasp: Quantumania on its first Monday, which was February 20th, folks, it earned $3,200, almost $3,300 per theater. It outpaced it by basically, this is $800. This is nuts.
So this is the two questions that I have. Of course, inflation has made ticket prices swell. And this is a premium large format kind of movie here, and those would not have been gone by Monday morning. So already just straight numbers, no inflation accounted for. This is worst performance, but there definitely was inflation between the release of AntMan and the Wasp: Quantumania. What a mouthful of a title, and also this movie, Fantastic Four: First Steps, also a meaningless and strange title. That is awful, but Monday box office isn't the indication there that people don't go see it on a Monday unless the impressions from everyone else who saw it on the weekend are positive. You don't go see it on a Monday if you hear from your friends, oh, this isn't very good.
I don't know. The drop for Superman was in the 50s. The drop for this film is 61%. And you can see the 42% drop for the Saturday led to a 19% drop further off on the Sunday. And then, good Lord, a 61% drop off of that. So at this point, Jonas, we are now in a reality for Marvel where their big lead-in to Avengers Doomsday could make $450 million. I mean, this is the level of crash that we're looking at. This is not good at all. There is now on the table, and I don't know that this is going to happen, but on the table at this point is the possibility that Thunderbolts beats Fantastic Four at the box office, and Thunderbolts itself a flop becomes the biggest box office return for Marvel in 2025. That
Well, there's
would
something
be
I have to give.
almost unbelievable.
That would be amazing, but I would say that Thunderbolts deserves it because Thunderbolts is the only coherent movie out of the 3 Marvel movies that have been made. I guess Fantastic Four is technically coherent. It's just I really did not enjoy this film. It was very bland from start to finish, and I have a feeling that Marvel cut out some of the things that were in this film that would have made it a lot more interesting in order to make sure it appealed to as many people as possible, which is no one.
You know, I think it's like a 2% or 5% chance that it comes in under Thunderbolts. But the fact that it could come in under Thunderbolts if this continues really says something. And just to prove my point, folks, we're going to go actually right now to Thunderbolts, okay? I'm going to go to the chart for Thunderbolts. Right here it is. And if we take a look at the daily box office performance, just so you can see this, okay? Previews were 11,500. There's your Saturday. There's your Sunday. There's your Monday. And Thunderbolts hung in there. And especially if we go up here and take a look at the drops, Thunderbolts only had a 56% drop on its second weekend, 49% drop on its third weekend, 42% drop. Those are really good percentage drops. Here's the deal, Jonas. For us to get this thing in a place where we begin to question if Pedro Pascal can even beat Thunderbolts, we're going to be looking for that, first of all, for the Tuesday stats to come in real soon, and then also the second weekend. And if Fantastic Four drops, let's say 64, 65% or more, and if it goes above 70, all bets are off. But anywhere in the upper 60s, you got to start questioning if it can hang on at all. Mm-hmm. This thing could be DOA dead on arrival of the third week. I guess that's an oxymoron, but by weekend number 3, this could be in a free fall.
This is something that we talked about briefly on the Pro Show, the difference between, say, Fantastic Four and also Superman. Superman, it's a divisive movie, but most of the people don't like things about the movie itself. They're not completely deriding everything about it. There's usually something like about someone's opinion about Superman that they have a problem with on that movie. With Fantastic Four, it's either people thought it was fine or people seem to think it was very boring. Now, there are, of course, some people who are saying it's a masterpiece, it's a triumph, and those people happen to work for Hollywood Trades. If you like the movie, I'm not faulting you for enjoying a movie, but Fantastic Four is divisive in a different way. There are people that are they're not saying I don't agree with your artistic choices. They're saying I would rather have taken a nap than watch this movie.
Well, they're taking a nap and staying home to take the nap, and their little pillows and their Snuggies and all of that. Jonas, here's what we've got a question now. If you're a Marvel executive, if you're a Disney executive, what are you doing behind the scenes? Avengers Doomsday is not completed. Production is still ongoing. Script is not finished. What changes do you make based on what we're seeing in the early reaction at the box office with a dramatic drop-off on a Monday that makes some of Marvel's worst performing box office returns actually look good in comparison?
I think this is an amazing problem that they have. And like I said, I think Thunderbolts was a good movie. I don't think Fantastic Four is a big spectacle film, which is not the same as Thunderbolts. I think they have a big problem on their hands if the audience is just not interested in what Marvel has right now. There's nothing about this current crop that had success in previous versions. These are all continuations of things that existed before, or this one in Fantastic Four also not being an origin story. The only thing they had going for them, for me as a person who likes some of these characters, is Galactus, but you can't do an entire movie of Galactus. He has to be the end of the movie. This is the last thing that they have until Avengers Doomsday, and I have no idea what any of the things that have come before have to do with that. This is not Endgame, where we're pushing towards this with the inevitability of 11 fantastic movies behind it. I have no idea what Doomsday has to do with any of this, other than the end credit sequence on this film, which I still don't understand why that would be a threat based off of how this film was resolved.
Now, I do want to show folks out there that we live in two different realities. You all know that. The new media telling what I believe to be the truth versus the legacy media, which continues to carry the water for the corporate media. Just not as many people tuning into them because they know what the game is. If we go to Google News and just search for Fantastic Four box office, Variety, box office, The Fantastic Four First Steps lifts off with heroic $118 million. USA Today, just to ask the question, CNN says it rockets to 118. By the way, it didn't. If you see 118, that's wrong. It was 116 million domestic. Hollywood Reporter says Fantastic Four First Steps rockets to solid 118. Los Angeles Times says Marvel returns to form as Fantastic Four soars to 118 million at the box office. And we can go on. You want page 2? You want to see if we're just trying to cherry pick this thing? Deadline says Fantastic Four First Steps lands at 117, opening reps record for franchise. The Walt Disney Company put out their own statement about this, and they're very excited to say that it's 218. We covered this yesterday. Disney putting out what turned out to be false info. Business Insider says Marvel's new Fantastic Four blasts off with 218 million. Again, incorrect. So, and I love this one. Out of Yahoo, Fantastic Four, 218 million, 216. Opening box office has already beat Superman.
It didn't.
No, it didn't.
It did not. Didn't Superman make 225?
It did. It did, Jonas. So, folks, good luck getting out there and finding the truth in these places. That's why you come to this channel. It is a catastrophic drop on a Monday, and in about a week or 2 weeks, the likelihood is now way up there that they're either going to have to put their heads in the sand like ostriches again, or they're going to have to come out and admit and spin somehow that Fantastic Four was a surprising, shocking, nobody saw this coming disappointment that has Marvel befuddled. And Jonas, I'll tell you one final thing as we get ready to go. Intelligence. It's a movie demographic analytics company. They've looked at the numbers, and based on what we've seen, it looks like families in red states did not come out as they were expecting. I got this worry that the next thing they're going to say is, blame it on the conservatives. Blame it on the centrists. Might be the next thing.
Blame it on the people who were uninterested in your product. That's always a fascinating strategy. Oh, they'll never get away from the culture war if they keep blaming the culture war for everything.
That's right. Not even Ben & Jerry's ice cream tries that one. All right, folks, click that like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts about all of this. And what do you think, seeing the numbers we're putting out there? I mean, it is glaring and it's right there. We're daring to tell you what's really going on with articles like at That Park Place, where this is worse than Captain America Brave New World, Monday to Monday. That's not good. And yet the legacy media is out there blowing the horn and saying, it's fantabulous, breaking records. It's beating Superman. Oh, wait, it's not. Folks, tell us what you think about that down in the comments below. And we will see you tonight on the Pro Show live. Don't miss it, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'd love to have you there. Folks, until the next time, we have the honor, the pleasure, and the joy of spending time with you. Keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I wanted to get some inside scoops on Disney and their different corporations, if you know what I mean. So I figured by looking into this fistbowl and sucking it randomly with my own energy that I pay for, you paid for, I could do the whole experience where you can be a master and spy on your targets.
You're an idiot. If you want to get the inside scoop on Disney, or even other media organizations, you should check out thatparkplace.com and subscribe to WDW Pro's YouTube channel. That'd be way easier, more accurate, and, less dumb.
Are you saying I won't get accurate information this way?
No, you can't.
Who'd have think?